Hello, friends. This is B for You Radio or एक बार फिर इस segment में. This is called the Awakening segment, where we talk of inner peace. The world is full of miseries, sorrows, and so much of stress. Month of June is especially known to be a month where we all learn how to calm ourselves. And as the International Yoga Day is also approaching tomorrow, we've got great guests from joining us from Munich, Germany, along with my co-host Dr. Vandana Shrivastava joining from Geneva, and we are going to talk something exciting that is coming out in Edmonton in the month of August. So, with no further ado, I would invite Vandana Shrivastava on the stage, along with my great guest Izumi ji and Praveen ji from the Great Awakening group. Welcome, folks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
So,
Anupam, for introducing me
yes,
also.
so I know, Vandana, you have been just in and out of great programming with Brahma Kumaris, uh,
Right.
what's going up. So let's come to you first. What exactly are you doing in Geneva, in the United Nations on the International Yoga Day?
I am in United Nation right now, and with Sister Jayanti. Sister Jayanti is going to give her discourse, so I have to leave this meeting very early. And but I'm going to miss the very important this meeting. So I think I'll take it later on. I'll check the look. But yes, Geneva is here. I'm in UN, and I want everybody to come over here.
Thank you. And welcome, Praveen ji. Welcome, Izumi ji.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I've heard such great things, and you both were here in Edmonton last year. I really missed you both last year, but this year, again, I'm not going to take any chances to miss you further. I know you are famous and you are really getting popular more and more. I believe over 22,000 people follow you. You do spiritual retreats you've done in Rishikesh, Lonavala, Dallas, Vancouver, Edmonton. And again, thank you so much to Anita Batraji, who has really taken a step up to do such retreats annually. And VFU Radio is really proud to be their media partners here. So thank you, Anita ji from Edmonton. And with no further ado, going to Praveen ji to you, what is the Great Awakening?
See, the human quest is always to get liberation. And with this liberation, always we heard Mahatma Buddha got enlightened or other master got enlightened, but this process was individual. Only one person got enlightened, and we were hearing all these stories. The Great Awakening means a possibility for the complete humanity could ascend to the next level of consciousness. The word is the projection of our consciousness. When it goes to the next level, the complete humanity, so the awakening process is converting it to the great awakening because the whole earth is going to the next level of the consciousness. In English or in Western country, it is called fifth dimension consciousness. So far, we are into the third dimensional consciousness. When it ascends to the next level, it is the great awakening. We are
Just
the
like,
person who will experience it.
wow. Just like every advantage comes with a disadvantage, every coin has two sides. Awakening comes after miseries. I mean, when you are just do not know how to find the solutions to your challenge. And I always tell people that challenge, stress, miseries um, connect 7 billion people together. Happiness doesn't, because all 7 billion people are not happy. However, everyone has their portion of the miseries which you have to live through with a smile. Coming to you guys, I want to hear more from you about. I've been listening, hearing, reading about the cosmic shift, day to day crisis, how to manage your everyday schedule. I know you'll be covering everything between the 2nd of August to the 6th of August, the retreat happening in Edmonton. So let's start with this great promotion on. I want everyone to hear that there's a retreat happening in Edmonton from August 2nd to August 6th. Pravinji, can you tell us something about the retreat? And then I'll want to really cover a little bit about, I want to leave a little excitement for that moment as well. But what is this retreat all about?
See, the retreat is very special. Why? Because the information you can get from anywhere. in this internet era, you can get the information, but it is very difficult to filter out the correct information. That is a challenge. But even if we are getting the information, our mind cannot process the information. Why? This information is the next level. So there is a barrier from the logical mind. So in retreat, the beauty is we raise the frequency. In this frequency, information is transferred. This is the beauty. Moreover, in all enlightened process, people told the guru was preparing their students, disciples. When the right moment comes, information is transferred. Information is not like that you practice too much yoga. Information is transferred. All these preparation are just to get to that level where the frequency matches and information delivered. Information is always a transmutation. So in these 5 days, we bring the frequency every day up. Day one to day two, three, and the last day, most of the people in our retreats they experience the bliss because of this frequency. They experience the oneness, love, because the heart is opened, and then this information is then it becomes a transformation that is life changing transformation.
I know you got a great uh, partner along your side, Izumi ji. And I know she's a little bit on the linguistically, she may not be able to really communicate that with us in English, I think, and she needs. I want to know, and if you can maybe have Izumi ji tell us, when did she start the process of the awakening? How did she get into it? And then how did you two meet?
So she said, maybe she said to save the time, I can tell it.
Okay.
Yeah. She was having this information long ago, but she was not telling to the people because there was a very frequency mismatch. People were not ready. The consciousness was not ready. Then we met because we both of us are practicing Kriya Yoga. I think it's a misery, but there are many beautiful coincidences the universe offers. I am brought up in India. She is from Japan, Tokyo, and we met in Germany. And the meeting reason was both of us were practicing Kriya Yoga. Regarding Kriya Yoga, I would like to tell it is a beautiful technique Lahari Mahasaya gave to the world. And in this technique, there are many levels. Highest level is sixth level. Very few people on the earth are practicing the highest Kriya. You can count on the finger. Isumiji, one of them who is practicing the sixth Kriya, the highest Kriya. So we met through this. And when the challenges started, like in 2020, we had very difficult situation worldwide. People could not travel and there were business were going down and so on. And in that challenging time, she insisted me to speak to prepare the people so that the collapse which is happening in our matrix should be smooth. That was our interest, that was our mission, and we worked together.
I would like to remind all my folks who are watching that we are having a retreat come up in August between 2nd and 8th. This is called The Great Awakening, which will be conducted by Izumi ji and Praveen ji, who will be traveling from Munich, Germany to Edmonton. It is happening in White Mud Creek Community Hall. Your numbers are displaying here. If you want any information, the organizers, Anita ji, Manbir ji, Veena ji, they all are working hard to make sure the experience remains very nice and communicative here. Similar retreat happened last year. I've got lots of videos, Praveen ji, which I've seen people coming from various parts of the world to Edmonton to attend this retreat. Can you tell us about the structure of the 4 days? So what happens the first day, the second day, the third day? I know that last day you mentioned about little bit about the structure of the 4 day seminar.
Yeah. Most of the teachings are structured because human think from the logical mind and they want a structure. Our retreats are unstructured. This is the beauty. Why this is so different? Because a group of people they are attending the retreat. They are having a consciousness level. So in this consciousness level, what they expect, what is their desire, accordingly, the structure will be formed dynamically. At that moment, whatever is required for that group of people, that will be delivered. And that's why it is unstructured in one way. Other way, it is the 3 points are the main point for our retreat. we tell how deep is the matrix or the Maya. We have all heard so many times that we are into the Maya matrix. It is not true, but how deep it goes, the Maya or matrix. This is first point. Second, we tell people that what is your projection. Your consciousness is projecting this word. So this is the second part. And third part, we teach them to take control of the reality. When we start taking control of the reality, then we could create a smooth transit which is on our head. It is so close, but people are not aware of it. So if we are not don't take control of this reality, then it is going to be very hazardous way, half hazardous way. So we want to take control of the reality. So in these three aspects we work, but the structures are open. It depends on the group.
जिंदगी के चकाचौंध प्रवीण जी हम लोग को अपने कोर से अपने अपने सेल्फ से बहुत दूर ले जाती, इतनी दूर ले जाती, कभी कभी वापस आने में इतना समय लगता है और तब लग बहुत देर भी हो चुकी होती है, क्योंकि इन दिस प्रोसेस एज यू आर मूविंग अलोंग, और कहते चकाचौंध ऐसा होता है कि शोर अपना खुद का जो अपनी उस शोर में अपनी खुद की आवाज़ सुनाई नहीं देती है. दिस इज द फैक्ट ऑफ लाइफ. एनीथिंग this retreat allows people to start focusing in the inner peace as well?
Naturally. The main core of this teaching is that this is the Maya, this is illusion, not only Chakachand. Even if you are suffering from a disease, you or any of your family member, then you are involved in that situation. तो सिर्फ चकाचौंध ही हमें परेशान नहीं करती, हमारे दुख और मिजरी भी हमें इन्वॉल्व रखती हैं उस एक चीज में जो असली में नहीं है. In this retreat, we tell to take control of the reality. The world is like a dream. It's like a movie. But from where this movie comes? It is being projected from our inside. And when people start knowing this, then they are very less involved. Then really detachment happens. Detachment is a word. All scripture tell you have to be detached from this chakachon. But how? Why it is so difficult? Because you are not realizing that it is a dream. It is not real. But once you have a glimpse that it is not real, it is a dream, then everybody has a desire to be awakened from this dream. They want to experience what is out of this dream. So this it really happens in all these dreams. That's why it is life transforming.
There are many people who have joined us live. Some people are writing very actively. I wanted to thank all who are watching or all who will be watching us. But I want to special thank Sujata Jairam ji, Manju Tiwari ji for really supporting, encouraging by putting such kind words in the chat box. Coming back to you, Praveen ji and Izumi ji, miseries and happiness are two sides of a coin. क्या बराबर दोनों की जरूरत है? You feel something is more important, has to be more important than the other?
I would say sometimes misery is more important because it helps you to awaken from the dream. If you are enjoying the dream, then there is no desire to be out of that dream. But I wonder, for example, Anita ji, she is having everything and she came to Rishikesh. I was so impressed with her. She said, all people cannot come to India from Canada. I would like to have a retreat in Canada so that people could attend. She is not having this miserable situation. Still, she has a desire to get liberation. So if the people are having everything and then they have a desire of liberation, then they are very stable. But misery also helps to bring the people into the path to motivate to get liberation.
You earlier mentioned about the fifth, the third. We're living in three dimensions, the third dimension, and there is a fifth dimension. I know, again, I'm going to touch a little bit. I want to prepare my viewers what we're going to do. We're going to have a series of this conversation with Izumi ji and Praveen ji over the period of time until they arrive in Edmonton, so that we are constantly bringing more awareness to people who are just a little bit away from the touching the finish line kind of thing, and about to register, because more and more people who register would going to benefit from it. But coming back to this question of third dimension to five dimension, can you tell a little bit in brief what did you mean by the third dimension? What is third dimension and what is the fifth dimension?
Yeah, in mathematical terms, if there are three dimensions, length, width, and height, then it is third dimension. But we, it is just a mathematical. The spirituality or the life is not fixed into that three-dimensional. And but for example, I just find something. This is the paper, and this is in two dimensions, length and width. There is no or length and there is no height. If there is an ant moving on this, they cannot understand that something is there beyond here, because this she cannot comprehend. But we as human, we can comprehend length, width, and height of these three dimensions, but we cannot comprehend fifth. Fifth is beyond, that is the next level of the consciousness which is appearing. But your question might be why there is no fourth? Why from three to fifth?
Right.
That must be a question on our life, this life which we are experiencing, we are talking, and then there is a stage where we say this person is left the body. That is the death. Both, we are into the cycle of life and death. We are into an infinite loop. The same consciousness which is experiencing this world, that same consciousness immediately after leaving this physical plane starts experiencing another world. That is the fourth. Then they are having little free. They are not bound in time. For example, in third dimension, time is a construct. This is that is linear. Past, current running moment, and future. In fourth dimension, we have little liberal with the time. So, but both construct and they both together make this framework in which we are living. And now we are going to fifth. That's why we are skipping the fourth from third to fifth.
I
Originality in fifth dimension.
Our earth was original in fifth dimension. We came into forgetfulness, became degenerated. In other words, we can say now we have reached the turning point. Now we are going back to our origin. That is the fifth dimension.
I can totally see Izumiji's understanding what we are talking.
This is the beauty. When you will attend our retreat, she will not understand a word in Hindi, but she can even understand your question because she understands energetically what you are saying, what I am telling.
So I would like to now have Izumiji maybe try in her own way, and then you can translate a little bit. Um, about my question is, again, I know Praveen you can answer, and again I just want to of course make audience enjoy a little bit of Izumiji as well. Um, this is a 5 day course kind of thing. People register and then the course starts. Is it like a somebody taking a kindergarten, grade one, grade two of the Great Awakening? Is it just one thing which happened 5 days, and after 5 days they become proficient enough to practice on their own? Because it's meditation is, as much as it sounds so easy, I tell you, the world is struggling to meditate. They cannot because the mind wanders. Right? We all know that when we have to. So, can Izumiji maybe tell how to control that mind from wandering so that we can meditate and practice the Great Awakening? Izumiji?
The question is to you.
Ich verstanden.
Die Meditation ist sehr schwer,
Okay.
und deswegen die Leute können nicht sich konzentrieren.
Ja.
Und konzentrieren.
Ja, Meditation ist schwer. Sie brauchen die richtige Technik.
Yes, the meditation is very difficult. That's why they need a correct technique.
And what is that correct?
Yeah.
What is that correct technique?
Ja, eine ist die Kriya.
So there are many techniques to meditate. And see why meditation is so difficult, because I want to save the time in this translation. We have three channels, Ida and Pingla, left and right. In middle, there is a channel that is called Sushumna. If Sushumna is open, then automatically we are into that state of that we are in meditation. Otherwise, we are practicing. So there are many techniques which open the Sushumna canal. Kriya Yoga is one of them.
Und sonst ist jede Technik, die in höheren Frequenz durchgeführt wird.
And there are techniques which are taught in the retreat, which brought the people into the higher frequencies. In the lower frequencies, people are having, for example, fear. That fear does not let them into going into the higher dimension. Then they are always busy with their thoughts, fear of future, or they are busy with the past. But in the higher frequency, these tendencies are lesser. Then people can come into the meditation.
No, she was saying something.
die viele haben nicht erfahren, diese richtige Meditation.
Many people have not experienced or they are not practicing the right technique.
Wenn man diese Zustand erfahren, diese Ekstase,
Mhm. And with meditation, people can get the bliss or ecstasy once they experience for the one time. Then they will always practicing.
du hast dann Kontrolle in deiner inneren Welt, inneren Körper, innere Organ, innere Brain und du hast Kontrolle der Geschehnisse,
Mhm.
der Ereignisse.
Yeah. And once you are start taking control of your life through these techniques, where we take control of our reality, then you are not busy with too much of your thoughts and the process. Then you can come into the meditation easily.
It's so wonderful to have both of you come. And as I said, this is just the beginning to a um, great show which is coming up in Edmonton. I wanted to just throw out as a teaser today what exactly they're going to see, who are going to they meet. And friends, as you know, the fear, miseries, happiness, meditation, these words we've been hearing for ages. I think as soon as you're born, you start listening to these. However, understanding only happens when you come in the right environment. And the right environment would be to meet the specialists who have gain, gained the proficiency to teach now. So I'm so thankful, so happy that the Great Awakening is happening in my town, my city, the city of Edmonton. Praveen ji, Izumi ji, you're very well welcome. I want to promise my audience that I'm going to bring you back again. We are in the month of June. We still have around 6-8 weeks to build this up to the awakenings. Thank you, Anita Batraji. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to bring such proficient leaders from Germany on my screen today. And I really want to thank you. Any last words, Praveenji?
The world which we are used to is going to collapse. I can guarantee you. Some people are feeling it. They are called so some there are different words. Some say star seeds, light worker, or front runner. They are feeling it. But a big mass is not feeling it. Whenever there is a shift from 3D to 50 or a consciousness shift, what does shift mean? The old is going. It is collapsing. And when it is collapsed, then some people who are not aware, it would be very difficult. So it is time, and people can feel in the last 5 years and the coming years are going to be very, very challenging. It is time to take control of your reality, to prepare yourself for the next dimension which is coming. It is the most beautiful part, which even people cannot imagine.
आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा.
Wenn der Frequenz erhöht, es existiert keine Angst.
And the see when the matrix collapse, people may come into the fear. But if they are having experience of higher frequency, then they cannot. Then they might be little fearless because they understand.
प्रवीण जी, इजुमी जी, एंड टू माय ऑडियंस, देखिए, एक छोटा सा दिया पूरे स्टेडियम में, अगर आप अंधेरे स्टेडियम में भी रख दीजिए आप, तो अपनी रोशनी से वो बता देता है दुनिया को कि ये अंधेरा नहीं है, इसमें उजाला पॉसिबल है. और 1000 दिए जब एक साथ जलते हैं तो वो एक रोशनी ऐसी लेके आते हैं जो उत्तेजना, जो एक इंस्पिरेशन करते हैं. एंड आई नो दैट इंटायर वर्ल्ड मेनी थ्रेड्स लाइक दिस इज वर्किंग. आई एम रियली keeping my fingers crossed that there is a time when all these come together in synergies and start working towards what you're doing. You're doing a good job, great job. We all need you, Praveen ji. We all need you, Izumi ji. So you are very welcome in August. Looking forward to seeing you in August, but looking forward to bring you again in maybe a week and 10 days to talk more about the Great Awakening. आज के लिए बस इतना ही. Thank you so much, Praveen ji. Thank you so much, Izumi ji.